About 30 minutes outside of Stockholm lies Skeviks grotta. Grotta is Swedish for cave. While not actually a cave in the literal sense, this remnant of the Ice Age earned the designation partly due to the damp, mossy atmosphere which exists within its imposing walls. Mushrooms are abundant in the area, with numerous species covering every available bit of decomposing wood and soil in the autumn. The fungi add to the atmosphere, giving it more of a mystical ambience. The cave consists of an approximately 100 feet cliff wall with massive adjacent boulders, creating the cave-like environment in the middle. At times, a canopy of elm tree crowns acts as a natural roof. It is easy to envisage that it may have been used as a mystical temple long ago, in a pre-Christian past. What we do know for sure is that in the 1700s Skeviks grotta was utilized by a separatist pietist Christian group for church services. Skevikarna, the Skeviks, as the members of the sect were known, had been previously exiled by the Lutheran authorities in the Church of Sweden and were forced to wander Denmark, the Netherlands and Germany before returning to Sweden and establishing their community on the island of Värmdö, where the cave is located. Due to them being unaffiliated with the church, they were not permitted to bury their dead in the church graveyards. Legend has it that due to their outcast status, Skevikarna would sneak their deceased to church graveyards in Stockholm in the dead of night and toss the corpses over the cemetery wall. In the morning, the undertaker would discover the bodies and unceremoniously cover them in unhallowed soil. Over time, increased tolerance for divergent beliefs developed, and the group eventually gained acceptance by Swedish society. The Skeviks even received visits by two of Sweden's kings. The cave also has a place in entertainment history, as it is featured as the setting for the famous Grim Reaper vs. Night chess scene in Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. And during the late 1960s, a small stage was built at the cave for theater productions, though it has since crumbled away. Today the area is popular with hikers and rock climbers. On a pleasant day, one can find numerous adventurous souls scaling the cliff wall. It is also rumored that the cave is still the setting for religious services, although not of the same variety as those the pietist parishioners of the past partook in. In modern times, occult rituals and paranormal events are alleged to occur within the walls of the ancient structure. According to one brave blogger and cyclist, the cave is not the ideal place to find oneself alone in the middle of the night. The man, Tommy, set out to play turf, an altered reality, GPS-based game comprised of various zones. Arriving at the location around 2 a.m., he was surprised to see a fire lit, the dancing flames illuminating the cliff wall. At first Tommy suspected that perhaps some careless sausage roasters had neglected to extinguish their flames before leaving. That was until he heard a loud knock. He said the noise was like that of a horse hoof against stone. Now at full alert, Tommy noticed two shadowy figures in the firelight. Then a murmur in a language not recognized by him. All of the creepy stories he had heard about this place flashed through his mind. Then, perhaps unwisely, he shone his flashlight in the direction of the figures and called out, "Hey! I'm just out here turfing. There is a zone here." What happened next was horrifying. The two humanoid figures, who gave no reply, turned in a strange slow-motion fashion, and it was revealed they both had only featureless skin where their faces should be. For a split second he considered attempting to photograph the figures, but that thought quickly left his mind. Instead, he made the much more sensible decision to flee Skeviks grotta immediately, attempting to leave as quickly as possible and not turn around, which would lead him back towards the cave and its frightening occupants. Tommy became very lost among the wilderness trails, all the while attempting to make sense of what he had just witnessed. Luckily, he eventually found his way out of the forest without having to encounter the ghoulish figures again. The cyclist finally made his way home at around 4 a.m., received by a very angry wife. While likely not many mortal souls visit the cave in the dead of night, even at high noon the area can have an ominous, eerie vibe to it. I have a feeling we will be hearing of more strange happenings at Skeviks grotta in the not too distant future.